Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, Krishna. Jai Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
If you can, Krishna, give everybody that. तो बोलायचं कृष्णा Hare Krishna. So if everybody can. So we're missing one wire. I'm not sure on the.
I'm not going to downstairs.
Yeah, on the online. Can you hear me? Please type. Can you hear? Hare Krishna. If everybody can sit. Okay, Hare Krishna. If everybody can come. Hare Krishna. Actually, the library is not with me. So I told, Sandeep Prabhu, I told. Sandeep Rudra told. Yeah, he's bringing it. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So today we will make background noise much lesser because it's directly coming from the laptop. We are missing one mic. So, Prabhu, you were able to find the mic wire? No? Krishna, you can sit little back. Krishna? Yeah, you can sit little back, please. Okay, so we'll start. We'll start with, last time we completed verse 25. So we'll start with 26. Please repeat after me. So this is 6:26. Huh? Yeah, I'm just waiting. Okay, so please repeat after me. Chapter 6, verse 26. Yato yato nischalati manasa chanchalam asthiram tata tasto niyamadhyata ततस्ततो नियमयत्यत् आत्मनेव वंशनयेत् यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चञ्चलम् अस्थिरम् ततस्ततो नियमेतत् आत्मनेव वंशनयेत्. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. From wherever the mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So we'll go further. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshunamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovincham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Vayam Ramayam Kadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuddhata Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavācha Shri Rupam Sargajatam Sahagana Raghunathānvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jaganapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sube Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Nityananda Avadhuta Vasudeva Janava Jivita Padivi Krishna Prema Padatparu Padmavati Shuta Shriman Sachinandana Purvajaha Bhavanmatma Jagatrata Rakta Gaura Kalevaraha Namo Namo Aniruddhaya Rishikeshiyandriyatmane Namaha Paramahansaya Purnaya Nivritatmane Svargapavargadvaraya Nityam Suchi Sade Namaha Namo Hiranyaviraya Chaturmutraya Tantrave. No, it's a big wire.
It's a big wire and there's a small
both sides. Maybe in this, if you can see, probably there is.
Because that mic, I'm not able to see the small mic.
Small mic, okay. Okay, so we'll read purport, and today we will try to do few more verses. So please read in your mind when I am reading. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady, but a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. The mind should not control him. One who controls the mind and therefore the senses as well, it's called Goswami or Swami. And one who is controlled by the mind, it's called Godasa or the servant of the senses. A Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness. In transcendental sense happiness, the senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesh, or the supreme owner of the senses, Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna consciousness. That is the way of bringing the senses under full control. What is more, that is the highest perfection of yoga practice. So here, if you see, if you remember, last week we discussed about faith and determination. So why? To continue our practice, to continue our sadhana, so that we can move forward in our devotional service. Now this verse is specifically very important because this is again talking about mind. Okay? The characteristics of mind. So what are the characteristics it is telling? The mind. Yeah, the first one it is telling is Nishchalati. Right? Nishchalati is verily agitated. Right? It's easily agitated. Mind is. Whenever it sees sense object, it is immediately thinking, oh, I need this. I want to enjoy this. Right? Then what is the second?
Stable.
Flickering. Chanchalam. Right? So what is chanchalam? Jumping from one place to other place. Right? Chanchalam means not steady. Right? So it's going, basically it's not satisfying itself with whatever is there. It's trying to get more and more and more. And then third one it is said is asthiram, unsteady. Right? It is not same thing. Chanchalam is trying to get variety. Steady and unsteady or asthiram is unsteady, is it's not able to derive happiness from one thing. Right? So all these three things, do we agree with these three things? Right? Are they easy to handle? No, difficult to handle. Right? So, but what Krishna is telling here, Krishna is telling, whenever mind wanders, right, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it. That means you have to take away that mind, right, and bring it back under control of the self. Right? So Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport about Goswamis and Swamis. Right? And what is Godasa?
Mind is controlling you. Mind is controlling you.
Mind is controlling you. You are a servant of senses. Right? Okay. Now we will go to the next one. 27 and 28 we will do together. Right? Sorry? No, we didn't actually. Yeah, if you have the details, please. Thank you. That's okay, probably. That's okay. Yeah, because it's anyway late. They would have called us. Phone with me. Yeah. Okay, please repeat after me. Text 27. Prashantam manasam yenam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti shanta rajasam brahma bhutam aklasham prashantam manasam yenam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti shanta rajasam brahma bhutam aklasham brahma bhutam aklam sham. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendent happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Perfect. So anybody wants to read the purport?
Brahma Bhuta is the state of being free from material contamination and situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. Mat bhaktim labhate param. One cannot remain in the quality of Brahman, the Absolute, until one's mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayo. To be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, or to remain in Krishna consciousness, is to be actually liberated from the mode of passion and all material contamination.
Very good. We will. So if you see 27, the verse 27 is telling about the if yogi who has fixed his mind, right, then he actually elevates himself to transcendental happiness. So what happens? Due to that activity, he will go above the modes of passion and ignorance, right? Then he will be situated in mode of goodness, right? And then at that time he will be able to realize, right, his qualitative aspect. What are the qualitative aspect of soul? Satchitananda, which is equivalent to Lord himself, right? So that time, this stage, he will be able to understand that okay, I am soul, right, and I am also equally in quality Satchidananda. I am also equally in quality with Krishna, right? And then that will give happiness, okay, to that soul. Now we will go to further happiness, which is the next. Sorry, yes, ma'am.
He is free from all the reactions to past deeds. But you're saying that he's coming to the mode of goodness, right?
Correct.
When a person comes to mode of goodness, does his reactions from past deeds cease? Or does it should transcend within the mode of goodness and come to
yeah, even he has to transcend. That's correct.
Only
Then that's yeah. But this is actually he's starting, right? So once if you see, he is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes the qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus is freed from all reactions to past deeds. The same. Transcending even more. Yes. Okay. So yes, sir, you're saying?
That he is taking care.
Yeah.
So, because then other will also come actually.
Okay. Okay, see what you can manage, right? Because he had some issues last week, so that's the reason he is in the class today.
So we have books today actually. I brought books.
Okay. So see how you can manage. You can take. Yeah.
No, it explains everything. Today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Krishna.
Then we will go to text 28. Please repeat after me. Yunjaneva sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma sansparsham atyantam sukham anushyate yunjanevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukham ashnute atyantam sukham ashnute. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Thus the self-controlled yogi constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination, and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Purport, if somebody wants to read the purport.
Self-realization means knowing one's constitutional position in the relationship to the Supreme. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme, and its position is to render transcendental service to the Lord. This transcendental contact with the Supreme is called Brahma
Samsparsha. Brahma Samsparsha means transcendental contact. So contact with whom? With super soul. Here actually yogi, what is happening? The previous verse, yogi realizes that I am soul. Now this verse is telling, now he realizes about super soul. So that is taking the happiness to the next level. Right? But Prabhupada says that to take further the highest happiness, then the yogi should understand that this is not super soul. He should understand the personal aspect of the super soul. What is that personal aspect of the super soul? Bhagavan. Right? Bhagavan. So that personal aspect, and if soul is serving that personal aspect, then he will get the highest happiness. Right? So if you see the happiness of yogi, right? The yogi who is doing Ashtanga yoga is starting or may end also. Some yogis may start or end there. 1 minute. I'm just seeing if somebody wants to relate it to. Can you talk? This is one devotee was supposed to come. Hare Krishna. So then if you see, now the next level is, Prabhupada is saying that once you have that connection, once you have established that connection, then you actually go to the next level where serving. So then that is the highest perfection, that is the highest yogi, what yogi can do. Right? So now if you see, now we remember all this chapter is specifically talking about Ashtanga yoga, Dhyana yoga. Now if you see where this particular yogi who is doing Dhyana yogi can attain happiness. Right? He has to do all those Ashtanga yogas. Then he has to understand that he is a soul. Then he has to understand there is a super soul. Then he has to understand there is a connection. Then that gives a happiness, transcendental happiness. And then if they want to go further, then they have to realize that from super soul to Bhagavan, that realization should happen. And once that realization happens, that is the highest. But yogi has to do so many things. It has to go through those yama, niyama, asana, everything. Right? Then it has to control the senses. Then it has to go further level. So there are many things it has to do. But if you consider devotees, what we are doing, from day one itself, we are trying to serve the Supreme Personality of the Lord. Right? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord. From day one we are saying, Bhagwan, we are there, we are servant of you. Yes, Prabhu.
I was talking to one of my friends and he said that he's doing pranayama.
Yes, Prabhu.
How do I approach him to tell him that, there's more things he has to do? He does pranayama, but I'm sure he does not have the regulated life which we have, like, not eating or avoiding tamas. But I have to be careful because I don't want to offend him like that. I appreciate that he is doing it. So
Right.
what do I tell him in that?
Okay, so I will answer that. The question is that there is one friend who is doing pranayama very well, but having material life, tamasic eating and other habits are there. So how I would approach that person? I would suggest you just give him Krishna Prasad. So what? Still you can do it. Yeah, you can. Why not? So, yeah, a lot of devotees are there. You can connect, but you can also send maybe some dry stuff you can send. That is what you should start first, because just telling him this is good, this is not good will not work. So you should first start with giving him prasad. You try and see. It will work.
Are they going to Daniel?
Yeah, he is here.
Is he able to hear, or should we Daniel with us from home?
No, I think we are fine. We are fine. Yeah. Sorry for today's disturbances. We don't have all the equipments today. Okay, so now we are going back. I wanted to pull back again what we were discussing. Hare Krishna. So we were discussing that yogi has to do, the dhyana yogi has to do so many things. But devotees, from day one we are doing this, right? So what? We are happy? Yeah, very happy. We have to forget everything. Right? Yes, no, maybe. What everybody think? Be open, be free.
The previous night that I was having, yes, I am happy.
Okay. So comparatively, I am happy. Yes. Huh?
Much happier.
Much happier. Very good. Yeah. Even on the net, we are seeing yes, we are happy. Yes.
So I told him, why if you do pranayama, why don't you get more people to do pranayama? Maybe you have a different take on it. And he said, no, I'm not interested. I'm just happy to keep it to myself.
Okay.
I told him, look, there's more happiness in sharing, but maybe you'll deal with it in a different way.
No, I think our concentration is not, maybe I will repeat the question. The question is, the suggestion given to that friend is that anyway you are doing alone pranayama, why not you share that with everybody? So my take is, yes, even they share, right? It is not going to help that much. So we shouldn't push it. I think our concentration should be, we should align him why he is doing the pranayama. Right? Only for his health satisfaction, for his body satisfaction, it's a different story. We will go over on that, right? Why that happens with everybody. Right? Now going back, so each and everybody of us are happy. Yes, we don't feel any miserable, miserable event in our life. Yeah, or still there is something. Yes, please.
There are some things which are going on that the way which we are taking now, and those miserable things are totally different. In the past, the way in which we felt, now what we are doing now. The two things we are taking the perception, whatever happens for the two things.
Right. So whatever happens, so now our perception has changed. Whatever happens happens for good. That is what we are thinking. Very good. Everybody is positive. That's so nice. No, I am happy actually. I'm happy. Because many times a situation comes where we feel very pathetic. I was good before, our mind will start thinking. Right? Mind has that power. We saw, right? It is asthira. Right? So it will, steadiness is not there. So it will say, oh, before it was good. Now so many things I have to do. Right? Do this, do that, follow this, follow that. Why I should do before I was free. I was good. Were we really free? Were we really happy before? Why not? So it was happiness on the bodily level only. Correct. Yes. Anybody else?
We were just saved with the events of our life.
Sorry?
We were just saved with the events of our life. There is like something happy, happy event to do, happy, sad, sad. But now we see it from a different perspective. It's like happiness and sadness are just like whether it just keeps coming and going, and all this is happening in the patient space. So we're trying
So
to
nice.
keep in mind.
Very, very good. Mataji has mentioned. Yeah, just repeat for everybody who are on the web that Mataji is saying now we are seeing sukham and dukkham, happiness and distress as a weather. Good weather and bad weather. That way we are seeing, and with Krishna's grace, we are able to pass it or experience it. Very nice. Yes. Then anybody?
So we were earlier happy too, but I think that now actually we know what is the real happiness. So it doesn't mean that we were not enjoying our life before. We were many times because the sukh and dukh comes, either you are in connection with God or you are in connection with material. So both sides things happen, but I think the thinking change, and now actually we are trying to, learn more that real happiness is not what we were enjoying earlier. Real happiness is, more, serving towards Bhagwan.
Okay. So one more comment is, before also we were happy, but we didn't knew what was real happiness, right? That is what you said. Now we know what is real happiness. Real happiness is serving Bhagwan, serving Krishna. Very nice. Very good.
Personally, I feel that when I chant, I feel very satisfied. I feel that I have done something very nice in the day. Earlier, nowadays I'm not joining 5:30, but my New Year resolution is to join from 5:30. One of the 5:30 calls.
Very nice.
But when I used to get up at 5:30 and chant, my day was so pleasant. I used to feel that I did something constructive that day. Otherwise, I used to feel so laid back.
Yeah, very nice actually. That gives energy. It's like a charger charging our battery.
Also, even sometimes my siblings, they say, oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. You don't eat out, you don't eat all the nice things, you don't go to restaurants. But I feel sorry for them, I feel that it's much more nice to go to have association of devotees, eat prasadam or offer to Krishna and eat. It's much more nicer and fulfilling.
Yeah, very nice. Actually, what Prabhupada says, right? Prabhupada says very, very straightforward. Prabhupada said that they think that we are crazy, right? But we know that they are crazy. That is what Prabhupada said. Right?
That's what when somebody says I feel sorry for you, I don't understand. I feel so sorry for them that they don't understand this.
Yeah. So, very nice actually. Yeah. Prabhupada has mentioned in one of the lecture that actually why they are thinking like that. Right? Prabhupada has mentioned what is the main reason why that is happening, that they are thinking like that. That actually they are thinking that this is the aim of life, whatever they are doing. Right? Their concept of life is totally limited or different. So what is limited means they are thinking that what everybody is doing, that I have to do, then only I will be happy. Everybody watching TV, I will also buy big TV. I don't know what is the size now, 72 inches. Right? Big TV, big pictures, then I will be happy. Right? That is what the concept, or that is what the definition of happiness is. Right? So that is the main issue. Because what will happen with that kind of happiness? What will happen?
Temporary.
It's temporary.
And also gives rise to envy and jealousy.
Right? More things will come. You are inviting, come and sit.
Aspire for something more than that. Always greedy.
You become lusty and greedy.
Yeah, lusty. We will become lusty and greedy. Yeah, all these are connected to something we just did. Right? All this is connected to what? The characteristics of mind. Right? Because it is not, even if you get bigger TV, right? Then you want much more than that. Now you don't want TV. TV is not something you want. What? The theater in your home, right? What they call? Home theater in your home. Right? So it's never ending. Right? So, but unfortunate thing is that is the aim they think. See, one thing, don't get wrong, right? That we are not averse or we are not opposed to these things. Okay? The problem is, if that is your life, that is the problem. If you think that is my aim, this is working hard, doing this day and night, and enjoying like this is my aim, then there is no difference between human being and animal. Animal, human being, everybody is doing the same thing. Right? What are the 4 basic things every animal does? Right? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. right? So human or person will be sophisticated animal, right? What Prabhupada has mentioned. So what is the difference between that sophisticated animal and real human being? What is the difference? Human has a power to think that yes, what is the goal of my life? Correct? So what is the goal of your life? That is what you need to think. So once you know what is your goal of life, what you should do? Work towards it, right? It's like I gave example of Disney. Once you know that yes, there is a place like Disney, now you found more information about that, then what? Yeah, if you plan, then only you will experience them, right? Otherwise you will not experience. Then you just sit, you buy the ticket, sit home, do nothing. Right?
But my brother cannot believe that I never went to Disney.
But
Sounds great.
we found exciting thing more than that,
Yeah.
right?
Some probably was telling about the same concept. Like Friday night, we go to the club normally.
Correct.
And there are two possibilities. Either you can go to the club or take some party or go somewhere. What each will lead to you? Bhaktiras will feel something, which is very good for your soul and you understand what you are. Go to party. So many things which you invite yourself. For example, Mother will go and discuss, okay, they'll see, okay, that necklace, she's wearing something, okay, she's wearing some saree, okay.
It's a comparison.
There will be always some comparison, and again, she will come home back, say, to go and ask, okay, why not we get that one, why not we get. Again, the desire of, we invite ourselves and the desire and motto in what we keep on doing, keep on doing. So we are selling
Correct,
what
that-
we invite in each two Friday night, same Friday night, what we invite to home on the same day.
Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah. Prabhuji is explaining that, the comparison between Friday nights, one going to Bhakti Vriksha, one going to some party or some event where it is mostly show off, where it is everybody showing they are so happy, right? And then comparing, then envious is increasing, right? Desire is increasing. Yeah, it's very good example. Yeah, and desire is such that there is no end to desire, because if something is created like that, it is bound to work like that, because it's eventually Krishna's energy, right? Material energy has created this. Mind is there. Mind, if you see these three characteristics, what we did in previous verse, in verse 26, is these three characteristics will make sure that you are not at one place. You are just running around things, right? Running around. And it will make sure that you will think that this is our life, no more. This is what I have to do. There is nothing more than that. Very good experiment was done by one of the Russian scientists. What he did, he caught a rat, mouse, small mouse, and then he put in a box, right? And box had different paths, right? One path was taking to a food. Other path was, if he goes there, he will get a shock. The mouse, right? So he catches that mouse and leaves. And then, mouse goes to one path, eats something, tries to go to other path, then it gets shocked. Like couple of times it does, then it understands, okay, this path is, food, this path is shock. Then that experiment is such that scientist, he changed. Now where he was supposed to get food, now he is getting shock, and where he is supposed to get shock, he is getting food. Now he is getting confused. So he is again and again changing. But now that mouse has become so attached to these activities, he is again running here, path number 1, path number 2, path number 2, path number 1, path number 1, path number 2, like continuously it is doing to get food, right? Because it's thinking, I will get food, right? But suddenly it is getting shocked. Sometimes it is getting food, sometimes it is getting shocked. But it is trying to get that food continuously. Yeah. And then what he did, he opened that box, opened the door, but the mouse didn't do anything. It was so attached to that number 1 and number 2, it was just going path 1, path 2, path 1, path 2, path 1, path 2, continuously, because it became so attached. That senses was so engrossed to get the food or get the small shop.
They didn't get out of it.
Didn't get out of it. Yeah. So our condition is not different. Right? Because we are trying to follow. Right? Right? Follow things, and we are not going beyond that boundaries. The boundary is open for us, path is given. Still we are not able to go. Right? Why it is happening? Yeah, mind, but mind alone cannot do anything, right? Conditioning through what? Yeah, senses, right? Because the senses have given you that attraction, right? That taste, which you think that yes, I have to enjoy. I am doing this. I want to control this, right? I want to eat. I want to, do all these things, right? Through mind only it will happen. Right? Senses are, who is telling us? Mind is telling us whether it is. So who is the culprit, sense or mind? Both. Because sometimes your senses also you cannot control. Right? So that is what we are trying to learn in exercise, is that we want to learn that. Prabhupada actually mentioned, right? Now we know Krishna consciousness. Right? What is the aim of Krishna consciousness? These senses we wanted to purify. This mind we wanted to purify, so that everything will be for Krishna's service. Right? What are two options we have? Let's go little back directly instead of going directly to the path. If your mind is engaged, your senses are engaged in all these activities, what are the two things you can do to go away from it? One is stop, restrict yourself, control completely, no. Right? And second is you get something higher, you purify that and you get something higher. Which is, you think, short success? Controlling? You think? What will happen with controlling? Controlling is difficult. There are few who can do, but it's difficult, much difficult. Right? Because our mind, our senses are always engaging, want to engage in something. It's like a kid. Right? With kid, best way is to make them, keep quiet, is engage them in something. If you just make them sit quiet, it's very difficult. So that is the second thing, which is the second option, which is good.
If you are in a community where people are just focusing, very frivolous and focusing on maybe like I said in my office today, in the chat group thing that we can make more meaningful discussions in the chat group because you're only thinking of the next minute, next hour, or next thing. And we all need to calm down so that we can make better use of it. So it's like 50 people in the chatting group. Then they say, no, we like staying by the minute. We like living by the minute. How do you deal with things like that?
First we have to...
It started as a, a proper technical discussion group, but now it's become a pointless chat.
Okay, tough question. Yeah, the question is that, in the office, this happened, that it started with office work and then it became a, chat, and there, our Prabhuji has mentioned that let's actually make it more meaningful. Just not go by minute, by, just problem by problem. Right? Is that the one?
So it's like not even a problem, it's nothing technical, it's frivolous, saying this is what this actor did yesterday.
Oh, it is just gossip, yes.
Worse than gossip.
It is gossip. Yeah, just unsubscribe to that group. That is sufficient. Right? First we have to save ourselves, then we will save the world. Right? If we ourselves have, things to do.
Really an option.
Yeah, there is option. You will be subscribed, but you will be still unsubscribed. Right? Basically, ignore what I meant.
Invisible.
Yeah, there are different modes. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something? No? Okay. So now going back to this, that what exactly happening in this situation? You got answer, like before I go, Dakar Prabhu, you got answer, because you will not be able to solve each and every problem of the world. Right? First let's do our basic nice, and then we will go next level. The next level could be, depending on how much we are ready. If you are ready to tackle 10 people, you will get that much strength, that much power, and that much intelligence to handle 10 people. You understand what I mean? Right? So first thing is, our base, our sadhana should be very, very strong. Right? Recently I read, right? When you start preaching, you stop preaching, they say. That was the sentence. Confusing, right? When you start preaching, stop preaching.
It's like a bunch of teenagers discussing and something. That is very exciting.
Sorry?
It's like a bunch of, it's not office people, but it's like a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah, that is what is, the whole world is like that. Right? You see the news, what you see today, people going and, killing somebody in the schools, right? You see the, highest post person, CIA director doing all this nonsense. You see, where is the question of teenager or age there? Because people's tendencies are like that. They are uncontrollable, right?
So, it's like a totally pointless group, but sometimes, I have to read it. And there were some comments about, it's like, people were comparing programming language, and then somebody said, Ruby is the new Hare Krishna or something. And sometimes it gets a little offensive.
Yeah, that's, as I said, right? You will not be able to tackle the way you want to. You can try in that 1 or 2 persons, right? Which, inclination is there, and there you can start the discussion, dialogue. Right? Because mob has its own tendency. Right? So that will be difficult. Right? And we don't want them to, offend more, because then they will not have any chance, any lifetime, right? Any future lifetimes. If they offend more, yes.
And another thing is, like, I think Krishna also said, those who are doing, or those who are involved in karma kanda activities, those who are not very interested, it's better to leave them, because their time has not yet come. Instead of disturbing them.
Yeah, 1 minute. Sorry, Mataji, I got little disturbed. So, little less sound, because today we are using direct laptop mic. So, some devotees are complaining. They are hearing lot of kids noise and kitchen noise. Yeah, sorry, Mataji, if you can repeat.
Yeah, Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita that those who are involved in karma kanda activities, or those who think that whatever they are doing is right, instead of we going and teaching them, their time has not yet come. Only when their reactions to their control has come to me, only then they can start approaching me. So it's like we are unnecessarily trying to disturb them when their time has not yet come. We can try, but once we realize that their time has not yet come, it's not very wise to go and disturb the entire world, right? It's there as a beginning.
Right. So Mataji's comment is whether it's not good to go and disturb if they are actually karma yogis, what you said, or they are doing their karma and going through. Yeah, if they are really doing that, because our job is to tell them. Our job is to wake them up. Right? So we should try to wake them up whenever we get opportunity.
Yeah, we can try, but then we cannot persuade them.
Yeah, it depends on that. Persuasion shouldn't be, that. Yeah, they may think, you are pushing too much. But we, in our own life, our experience, we saw, we had to pursue few people, and that persuasion was positive. Afterwards, actually, they realized that, and they are actually pursuing more now than us. So it is, we should because it's like you got the happiness, right? So we have to share this happiness. Otherwise we will be more, controlling these things in our area. It's like an agent. We are just controlling, we are not releasing anything. Now, one more point I wanted to say. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it's 9:10. Right? So now, if you see, Prabhupada is pointing one more thing is, if everybody knows that this is the goal of life, then why still people are not moving fast on this? If we know Krishna consciousness is a goal, right? Why we are still attached to material? Why?
Unsincere practice.
Unsincere practice, yes, one thing.
Though we know that, but sometimes we don't push.
Right. Okay. What else?
To improve the chanting.
No, my question was that why, if we know this is our goal, so why still we are enjoying the material experiences?
Sometimes they say their ego, where a lot of people will have ego, okay, whatever we are practicing is better than what other people.
Lack of trust.
Faith is not there.
Faith is there.
Yeah, but my question was a little different, right? My question is, we know Krishna consciousness is the main.
We are not putting effort.
We are not, yes, laziness, effort. So what should we do? What should we do? Okay, there are so many things, right? We know, everything we know. Yes, this is what I have to do. This is what is needed. But it's not moving, not doing. Why? First thing is why. Let me ask. First thing is why.
Priority.
Priorities, yeah.
People are a little afraid sometimes.
Afraid of what? So people are afraid, that is one.
Letting go.
Huh?
Because they are
Zipping like.
Okay, let it go, yeah, they are afraid of letting it go.
Yeah.
Whatever they have, they think everything will be gone. My husband will be gone, my wife will be thinking, oh my and husband will think, oh my wife will be gone. Right? Because now she is doing a lot of chanting, so she will not listen to me. Right? Or if parents come, then they will be intense. Now these guys are not watching movies also. What they are doing? Right? What kind of life they are having? All austerity, miserable life. Right?
It could be due to previous karma also.
Karma part we will keep separately because there are different things can come. But mercy can change that also.
Karma, we can delete it also, right? It's in our hands. Through chanting.
Correct. Karma can be cleared. Yes. It's account, right? So debit. Somebody can give you money and you use that money and get rid of loan. Or you work hard and pay. Right? Yeah. So what we can do? So what Prabhupada is saying, right, in this particular lecture, Prabhupada said that because the propensity of enjoying material nature is still there. That is the main reason. Right? We may have so many things we are doing, but this propensity of still attaching to material is there. That's the reason. We may not see directly because what happens, there are, material, our body is consisting of what things? 8 things? Pancha Mahabhutas, the body, whole body is, and then subtle body is mind, intelligence and false ego. Many times we practitioners, we are able to control all these, gross body things. But then subtle body comes in picture, it's difficult. Sometimes we don't understand also. It's very difficult to, understand, yes, I have problem with my mind, I have problem with my intelligence, I have problem with my false ego. Right? But going back again, so we are actually trying to enjoy That is the main reason. Right? Because we still think this is mine. We still think, yes, I can do this. I do this and I have actually done this. This I will control. I will make sure this will happen. Right? We are in office, we do that. Right? We have a project. Yes, I will complete this project. I have so many, different types of, skills, hard skills, soft skills, everything. I will take care of this. So what does that mean? Does that mean we should stop? Devotees should stop that? They should say, oh, this is material. I don't want to touch this. No more going to office. Huh?
As far as we are able to give the fruits to Krishna.
Keep Krishna central. It remembers me very good. I don't know whether you last week or Maharaj was giving an example of Bhakta Kanakarasa and his disciples. Like once Kanakarasa was there and other disciples were there. And these the Maharaj will ask Kanakarasa, tell me whether I will go to God.
Yeah.
I said, and now I said I. No, first he will say whether any of the disciples goes to God. Said no Maharaj, no. He said whether I go to then he will say no Maharaj, you also will never go to God.
Yeah.
Even the Maharaj himself gives us whether you go to
Godhead. Yeah. Vaikuntha is yeah.
Yeah, he said if I go out, I may go. Means if I in that world, if I go out of my
very good. Yeah, very good. So this is story of Kanakadas, which is mentioned. Yeah. So is it Kanakadas Guru asks him if anybody of that disciples will go to Vaikuntha, back home in Vaikuntha, then Kanakadas says no, Guru. Then the Guru asked him whether I will go. So he said no, you will also not go. Then Guru asked him whether you will go. He said if the part I will go out, then only I will go. Basically the ego, false ego goes out, then I will go. Very nice. Right? So now what we need to do, I will just end with this. What we need to do, right? We are enjoying the material. Yes, Krishna, we should put Krishna in the center. We should, another way is there, but most direct way is putting Krishna in the center. Rather than you do and give the fruits. That is also good if we cannot do Krishna in center. But what exactly Krishna in center means? That means do only Krishna, leave your family, leave your taking care of kids, taking care of our responsibilities. What exactly that means?
Because each person thinking that they are devotees of Lord. They are giving their association in this lifetime.
Very good. Yeah. So don't think that this is my husband, this is my child, this is my daughter. Don't think that way. This is my work, this is my home. Don't think that way. Think that Krishna has given me this opportunity to serve. These are Krishna's parts and parcel. We should serve them in that attitude. So we are bringing Krishna in each and everything we are doing. If you are feeding your daughter, you are actually doing a seva. Because the daughter is Krishna's. Right? You are taking care of Krishna's daughter. That is the way we need to do each and every activity. Right? Will we be able to do that?
In that case, we can't out on Krishna.
No, Yashoda Mai hit Krishna. Right? But what was important there? The hitting was not important. Right? What was important? She was so much loving him that with that love, she wanted to correct him. So our attitude also should be the same. Not because we got frustrated, we are taking our anger on this, right? On kid. We want to correct them, yes. I'm not saying hit them, but yeah. Right? So how we will do that now? I heard some devotees were saying New Year resolution they will do. Right? So how we will bring Krishna? We are bringing, but we have to do more, as I am trying to emphasize, right? Main thing is priority, right? So we have to give priority to these things. Unless we give priority, we will not be able to do this. It's like they have resolution most of the time, New Year resolution is going to gym. Right? I'll go to gym, I'll do this, I'll do that. Right? So we have to go, we have to do some spiritual gymnastics. Right? What we need to do? We have to practice things regularly. We have to make sure, decide anything, decide reading, decide listening the lectures, but make sure you do that. Because unless you do that practice, right, unless you exercise, how your fat will go, how your material fat will go, we have so much, right, how we will become healthy. Right? So we need to do that. So, there are many things. Sometimes what happens that, we started, but we end it also very quickly. Right? So, one thing we can do, which works many times, you can have a companion, you can have a partner, right, to check each other. Right? So, you decide, okay, I will hear some lecture today, or I will read something, 1 page or 2 pages, and I will just share with you. So that checkpoint we should keep. So that way we can encourage each other. If you are doing chanting, then you will try to raise the quality of your chanting. That also you can have a companion, you can have a group. Actually, we are now meeting every day morning. Right? And Prakash Prabhu is regularly, very steadily is there to call everybody. Yeah. So please join. Actually, it is very, because if you do any habit, if you do for 1 month, it will not leave you for years. So if that habit is there, even if you are sleeping on the bed, your mind will start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So that is what we need to do. Right? So this is the practice we should introduce in our life. Take small one first, as I mentioned, and then try to practice that, and you can definitely see the changes happening. Yes, Prabhu, question?
I used to get fitness quiz, and ever since the number of my sport activities have decreased, I don't get much exercise. I don't know what to do about it, but I respect I believe it's important that I don't get.
Yeah. So the question is, I used to be a fitness freak. Now, from day I have joined ISKCON, I am not able to do any physical activities. Yes, sir? Yeah, you need to keep the body strong. Otherwise, how you will do seva? So whatever is needed, because bodies are different. Everybody's body is different. Somebody really needs lot of exercise. Somebody needs little exercise. Right? So we have a lot of opportunity to do seva. Right? Actual physical seva.
Not during weekdays.
So yes.
During weekdays, there's hardly any opportunity to.
But even weekend we have a lot, so we can cover up. We have. You come, I will give you a lot. We have a lot of. In fact, I mentioned multiple times.
2 days of hard work wouldn't make up for 5 days of lack of.
No, it can. Yeah, but I'm not saying you should do that way. Yeah, you can do exercise, whatever time you can limit. What we can do is, you need to basically manage the time, right? We need to manage the time. If everything we can have to do every day and in that 24 hours, little difficult. With family, with kids, it's difficult, right? So you need to manage, somehow you need to put that also. Is okay? Yeah. Okay, so we are 9:25. Yes, bro. Sorry.
Hypothetically, would Prabhupada approve of doing your chanting while you are running on track?
Yeah, you can chant always, but that shouldn't be your main chanting. That could be your extra chanting, right? Yeah. But yeah, we can talk it different. We can talk it afterwards also, because sometimes somebody can have really issues. Then we can see where exactly that can fit, right? Okay. Yes.
How fast can we do the chanting? One round? Like minimum this much time is quality time. Like that is there any specific?
So the question is how fast or how slow we can chant. What is there any specific thing? So usually they say 7 minutes is correct usually, but it's not a hard and fast rule, right? But if somebody is doing faster than 5, then little issue could be there. They may be eating few words, doing fast, but there are who do in 5 minutes properly, but faster than 5 is tough. So it's personal. What you can hear properly, clearly, that you should do it. If you try to stick to 7, if you try to stick to 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and if you sleep in between, then it will not help, right? It doesn't mean 15 minutes one round is a quality chanting, no.
And one more thing, Prabhu. Few rounds if you do 7 minutes while we are like morning we are Prabhupada chanting 7 minutes. Later in the day if you do 5 minutes, like 5-6 minutes. Is that okay? If you don't hear also.
No, you have to hear, right?
You have to hear it.
Yeah.
You have to say it aloud.
Loud means not that loud. You hear yourself, right? Okay. You don't have to say loudly.
Okay.
You hear yourself. In fact, they say the next person also shouldn't hear. That much you should do. Right. Okay. Okay, so sorry, it took more time. Then I was not keeping track of time. Today we had a lot of interesting questions also. Okay, so we will end here. With any questions just before ending? Anything you wanted to share? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So one quick announcement. Tomorrow we have a program. Most of the devotees know about tomorrow's program. Yeah. Tomorrow, Krishna Karuna Prabhu mentioned to me that I should invite everybody. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj Vyasa Puja celebration is there tomorrow at Ramnam Prabhu's house, 5:30 onwards. So please come. He has mentioned to me that he invite everybody. 5:30 onwards. Right? And before we close, anybody on web, any question or comment you want to share? Sorry for today's sound quality and other background noise, because today we were missing a mic and we are using the laptop's mic, which is actually catching all the sound around. So, yeah, thank you very much, everybody who joined. Okay, so we will end here. So tomorrow's program, everybody is aware. If you need anything, please let me know. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay.